All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed everything we said about these optics and everything we had to offer, all the data that we took. We're going to close this off by giving you our favorite out of the bunch. We're going to start with our favorite optic out of the 1.6. So you can only choose one from each class, from each division. Okay, so let's start with the 1.6. Paul, let's go with you.
Callis.
Oh, okay, there you go.
Yeah.
Can't even let me finish my sentence.
Sorry, you said Paul.
No, it's
Let's
all
go
good.
with you.
So out of the 1.6 area, you're going with the Callis as your number one.
Yeah, there's a couple of things I changed about it, but yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And great choice, and it's a great optic.
Yeah, no, Callis, but the Patrol.
Pick one.
I know Callis, but barely.
I give it Patrol second on the 1.6.
Absolutely,
All right,
yeah.
all right.
I'm going to go with the Patrol.
Okay.
I think that there's some definite benefits of that optic.
I think me and you are going to say the same thing. Patrol for me too. That fire dot at 1x.
really nice.
I need it.
Yeah,
That's what I'm gonna say. I need it at 1x.
Yeah.
If I'm using a 1.6, I'm favoring 1x most of the time.
Right.
So having that fire dot's really important.
Yeah.
If I need more magnification, I'm not using a 1.6.
Right.
I'm just gonna go get a 110.
Callis, license the fire dot from Loophole, release a K16 I fire dot.
Loophole, make the fire dot a little bit brighter.
All right.
And then we got the
So we
true
got two
winner.
Callis and two Patrols.
Right.
Yeah.
So what kind of is there a difference in our shooting? I'm not sure. Is that why we're picking it? I mean, I like to.
No, I don't. I mean, me and Doug and Dan shoot together all the time, and I'm, you would if you didn't live 43 hours away, but
If not 43.
well, it's tough for you. Everybody should recognize that you take the time to travel from Alaska down here.
Yeah,
You
Alaska.
know,
I live in
so-
Fairbanks, guys. It's not easy
Right.
making that trip. All right, let's move on to the 1.8s.
Yeah.
All right, guys. We'll start with you, Doug. What do you got for the 1.8? What's your favorite? Pick one. That's
So going from again looking at price,
Yes.
looking at weight,
Yep.
looking at options. This may be a controversial.
Like
pick.
you had to buy one.
Yeah,
All
if
right?
I had to
Yeah,
buy
yeah, yeah.
one,
Is
this
that
might
where
be
we're
a
at? We have to
controversial.
buy
Go for it.
This might be a controversial one. I think, again, for what's there, yeah, I'd probably buy the primary arms one.
Okay, very
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah.
So we're going
Okay.
not just our favorite, but the one that we'd have to buy in 1.8.
Well, I mean,
right?
that's your
That's right.
favorite, right?
You have to
no.
If I had to pick
no,
it,
if
yeah.
I have to pick my
pick
favorite,
and buy one optic from the 1 to 8 section. What do you got? What are you putting your money towards? Ooh, he's having a problem.
Yeah, no, now I'm having a problem because I thought it was just our favorite of the category. But if I had to buy it right now, it would be the primary.
Wow.
Okay, so then what's your favorite, Dan?
So what's your
The
favorite?
Attacker.
Okay.
The Attacker is my favorite.
I like the
If I
reticle
had-
of the primary
All
arms
right,
too.
let's
So
go,
I mean,
let's go.
you know what I mean?
Because let me.
What's your
Yeah.
favorite? Sorry. So
Yeah.
maybe I guess it's working. Your favorite
It's working.
Yeah.
out of the 1x8s.
I still say the primary
Okay.
arms.
Okay.
You know, I'm
And-
And
kind
the
of
one
on
you have to
both.
buy too.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I hope I'm trying to like relay.
Yeah.
That's
No,
kinda-
yeah,
that's
I'm meaning like the same thing, you know?
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I want to train.
Yeah.
So if I had to buy one right now, I'd buy the primary.
Cool.
Just because I want ammunition. I want to be out there doing what I love
Yep.
to do and shooting. But if I had to pick my favorite, and buy it, it would be the Attacker. But if I was paying right this second, it would be the primary because
All right, cool.
I just that's where I'm at.
Chris, what are your thoughts
Well,
on this one?
we're gonna
Yeah,
save you
Chris.
for last. All right. So if I had to buy one right now, I'm gonna go. I'm going with the primary arms,
Huh?
but my favorite is gonna be the Schmidt and Bender.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Whoa.
Yeah?
yeah,
You really like that, huh?
I do.
Yeah? Well, I can see
I
that.
hate the
I
color,
really can.
but I would rattle can the shit out of a 50.
Oh yeah. I mean, if
Yeah.
if money's no option, you just
Yeah.
yeah.
Day one, I wouldn't even it wouldn't even go past the first day without getting a rattle
Yeah.
can.
Right.
So
Okay.
yeah, but primary arms. If I had to buy one right now, but overall favorite from the 1.8, Schmidt and Bender.
All right.
It's my turn.
It's your turn.
Attacker.
Ah,
I'll
I think you told us that already.
yeah, I'll get into that here when we talk about our overall
Yeah,
picks or
definitely,
whatever,
definitely.
you
Don't
know.
give us any hints there,
Yeah.
pal. Thank you.
All right.
All right, so we're good on the 1.8s. All right, let's move on to the 110s.
Razor.
Razor.
Yep.
Okay,
I
you
don't
established that already.
care for the EOTech on one,
Okay.
and that's the big thing with me.
Yep,
So.
gotcha. Dan?
Yeah, I hate the Razors. I really do. But between the two, I would pick the Razor just because it has the daylight brightness.
Yes.
And the 1X it just seems like it's got a better field of view. So for me, that's what I want.
Okay.
Although I really want the EOTech, but if
Okay.
I have to pick between the two, it's the Razor.
All right.
If I'm buying one, like we kind of mentioned
Yep.
previously,
Yeah.
it's the EOTech.
Yep.
Yeah,
But it's
the
not-
Razor's hard to pay for.
I mean, it's just, yeah, it's hard to justify that $25.49 price
Gotcha.
for a throw lever. But, again, we mentioned this before, and I'm just going to touch on it since we're in this final thought thing. There's no bad optics here.
Right.
Yeah,
It's
no,
just
no.
which one's better. And
Yeah.
Well, except for the NX8.
Except for the NX8.
Yeah.
Still not
that's
bad.
it.
Yeah.
No, it
Still
really
not
is
horrible.
horrible. It
Yeah.
really is.
Oh, my
It
God.
really is.
Yeah.
But
All right.
go ahead, Doug.
Doug, what do you
So
got?
again, with the 1 in 10, again, looking at price weight, what am I buying for it? My favorite and what I would pay for are the same, and that would be the Vortex, for the simple fact of I can do more with the Vortex.
Okay.
If I do decide that I want to shoot out to 700-800 yards, or if I'm going to a distance match or something,
PRS.
yeah, with an AR, yes, then yes, the Vortex, it does have shortfalls with the 1X not being what I would really like. Well,
Sure.
there's a lot of things, but if I'm going to buy something that I know is going to be long term, it does have a funny color, but again,
That's a nice color.
yeah,
It's
it's kind of like
Oh,
it's kind of like the Scar with like
Yeah.
the UGG boot look. It's got like 3 different colors on it. It's kind of like a funky thing. I still would say that the better value
Sure.
would be the Vortex.
Okay.
And
And for
Chris?
me, I'm just gonna go with the EOTech,
Okay.
just because the Razors, I did not connect with them. I think I just need to get behind the 110 Razor a little bit more. Maybe that'll change my opinion.
Yeah.
I think I've given it enough time for me to say that the EOTech is what I would pick.
Well,
And-
you shoot a lot at work, and you've shot through these a lot. So
I spent enough time with the Razors to know that it's just not the optic for me. Maybe I gotta shoot a little more. I'm just more familiar with the EOTech platform at this point. And I guess I just, because I've trained with it, the holdovers on that reticle, they just sit with me a lot better. I like the glass better. There's less fishbowling effect for me. Panning on that gun was a little bit of an issue, but I can work through it. Overall, I like the EOTech more, especially for the price. I'm paying a lot less, and I think it's a do-it-all optic.
Okay.
Right? So that's my overall on the EOTech. All right. So,
All right.
with that being said, we just picked our favorite from each respective group. All right, let's move on to this.
Yeah.
Top 3
overall,
overall.
All
Top
right.
3. What are you picking as your top 3?
Are we going with me first?
You were going first this time.
I'm going first.
You wanted to be
Yeah.
last. Now you're going first.
All right.
We'll leave you last for the next one. All
Top
right?
3. My top pick out of all these scopes
Pick
is
three,
the
pick
Night
three.
Force ATACR. Short of the price, I cannot find a reason not to buy it. I think it is the most well-rounded scope that we have here
Okay.
out of all of these.
Okay.
I think it will perform very well in a DMR role. I think it would perform very well 2-gun, 3-gun.
All right. So that's one.
It's just expensive.
Okay, gotcha.
It checks all my boxes, even though it's that last one with the price tag is a hard one to swallow. My second pick overall, I go with the Callas, the K16i.
Okay.
I've been in love with that scope since I bought it.
Mhm.
Like I said earlier, there's some things I would change about it. But for the type of shooting that I do, I really enjoy that scope.
Okay.
Third pick overall, the PLX. I have really pleasantly been surprised with this scope. there's nothing really wrong with it. There's some things I would change, kind of like the Khaled,
Sure.
which I talked about earlier, but I really like that scope. And I honorable mention the Patrol 6 because I wasn't too hot on it when I bought it, and the more we shoot it, the more I like it.
Gotcha.
So,
All right.
All right. I'm gonna go with my number 3, and it is the Patrol 6. I'm a big fan of the Underdog. You know, I think that Leupold has not been in the discussion for a long time, but that fire dot is really, I don't want to say it's fire, you know, no pun intended.
It's hella
But
lit.
honestly,
Fuego.
yeah, it's fuego. It's a really nice reticle. I think that Leupold is moving back into a direction where they're going to become a conversation starter. And at $14.99, I can afford to get out there and train and have a quality optic. So I
Sure.
really like the Leupold. Second, again, going with this one, Primary Arms. That PA or PLX compact.
Mm-hmm.
The Japanese glass takes that thing to another level now.
Sure. Made in Japan.
Yeah. The turrets are great. I think that the value's there. You know, it's right around that same price point. I just it surprised the heck out of me.
Yep.
Just like the Leupold. Both of them I had no expectations for. I shot them well. Lastly, my favorite is the Attacker. And Paul already talked about all the reasons why.
Okay.
It's completely well-rounded. It's nuclear bright. I'd be willing to spend the what, 3,200?
28, I think.
28,
yeah.
even better there.
Still a
At
lot.
2,800, it's still a lot, but it brings a lot of value. Again, it's a baton, and I trust that thing to survive anything. I actually wouldn't trust the Leupold and the PA to survive a more serious, you know, scenario, like I would that Attacker.
Yep.
So, you know, that's why it's my top pick. It's just it's
Gotcha.
it's made to last. That's an optic you can hand down through a few generations, I think.
If you generate. Hopefully,
no,
we've
honestly.
transcended away from LPVOs.
Yeah, well,
Right
you know,
on,
that's the thing, right? Because the MPVOs now are the big hotness, and
Yeah.
I don't see it, but
Yeah.
That's
see.
another video too.
Yeah, that's a total, yeah. So for my number 3, much like Dan, definitely Patrol. The Leupold's always been a strange company. They've had the Hammer and a bunch of other optics that, like, have really just like they've thrown stuff at a wall, and then they go, yeah, that's a really good idea, and then never innovate on that. But in this particular case, the Patrol is probably a very good optic. To kind of piggyback off Dan, but on a slate switch, the Attacker. That would be
Number
my
2?
that would be my number
Okay.
2 would be the
Okay.
Attacker.
Okay.
That optic is rugged. It has a lot of features, a lot of options on it that clear glass, other things that we've talked about before. But again, for $2,800, I believe that's
Yeah.
the price.
Yeah,
sure.
That's a lot of money that
Yep.
that you know somebody's putting down where you could buy ammo and something else.
Yeah, and Night
Yeah.
Force, but overall, it's just an expensive
Yes.
company.
Yep.
No matter what you
Yes.
get from them.
Yep.
So.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
then
the NX8 is way overpriced.
yeah, well,
that's like a $399.
she kind of abandoned that. You know what I mean? That's, that's
Right.
yeah.
Damn.
But
Okay, so hold on. So your
your
Attacker
number
is your
one.
number 2.
Two,
So what's your
yeah.
number 1?
so this again controversial.
Yeah.
I have 2 number 1s, but
Uh-oh.
a real number 1 to give you a real number
Go,
1
go.
is actually the Primary Arms.
Okay, very good.
I would say that's probably bang for the buck, bang for what you're getting, bang for the reticle, bang for everything that's involved with the weight,
Yep.
the cost, everything. You could buy that today, buy a case of ammo, and then really figure that optic
Gotcha.
out.
Yeah.
The shout out, side bet, whatever you want to call it, number 1 is actually the Schmidt and Bender. That is like objectively nothing, gets in the
Yeah.
way. You have infinite money, you're very into guns. This
Yes.
is something that you do all the time.
You read my mind.
You are buying
Money not being a factor.
Yeah,
Okay.
you're buying something that's what I think is probably like the MPVOs, something that is going to upset even that market because you're going to have a red dot on a second focal plane at a 1:8, and then a DMR style, somewhat BDC on
Like 4 to 16. Or
yeah.
something.
If they're able to kind of take some of the ideas of what they have driving together now,
Sure.
and then make that into something where it's kind of a LVPO / MPVO kind of deal.
Yep.
I think
dot.
red dot. Like again, but we're
Do
seeing it now. We're seeing it now
Yeah.
with that optic. It is both a
It is,
first
yeah.
and second
Yes.
focal plane, two reticles, two
Gotcha.
that
Two
could-
illuminators.
Yeah, two illuminators. It could be I think is a very forward.
You're getting me all hyped up for mine now.
Yeah, I know.
You
I'm just
mine?
saying. I'm
It's
just
very
saying. You know what I mean?
forward-thinking,
It's
right?
very forward thinking,
Yeah.
and a future of probably what optics
Sure.
will be.
Guys, let us know if they already have something like that. Do they have a CC model with a 4 to 16 or something in those lines? Put it in the comments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, 'cause-
And have somebody
well,
send us one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We're gonna need to,
Or-
we're gonna
or
need
Schmidt
to
and
find a
Bender.
way to test
You know,
one.
yeah. Yeah.
Chris?
All right. So
I'm sorry, Doug, is that
Yeah,
all
no,
on
that's
that?
Good
it.
dog.
That's it.
All
That's it. Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to start with number 3. I'm going to give that to the ATACR.
Yeah.
SOCOM Battle Ready Optic. You guys mentioned everything, so I'm not going to sound like a broken record here. But
Alright.
if I had to take one optic to combat, that's the one I'm taking. All right.
Okay.
Yeah. Enough said about that. I'm going to move on.
All right.
My number 2, primary arms. Why? Love the reticle. I know how to use it. I'm very familiar with the optic, and just a very pleasant optic. I really enjoyed shooting it.
Yeah.
I really did. It's just like, yeah, good. Moving on to number 1, Schmidt and Bender.
Schmidt and Bender.
Money.
Big
Schmidt and
money.
Bender.
Yeah, big money.
Yeah, Schmidt and Bender. Now, obviously, taking out the variable that I'm buying it. I'm just gonna say, like, my dad bought it for me. Paul.
Oh, I wouldn't turn anything down. I wouldn't turn one of them down from anybody.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah,
but
yeah. No,
Schmidt and Bender is gonna be number 1. That red dot really, sat well with me, and I put it through some tests that I prefer. Like, I'm a close quarter guy. I love doing things close up, and like having the the option of ranging out
Yeah.
to 8x. So the
Yeah,
fact
the
that I was
reticle
able to go
on
through
8 is fantastic.
yeah,
It is,
and it
yeah.
was absolutely beautiful. But the fact that I can cut a corner and that red dot is slicing the the target that I'm looking at, and I'm able to make hits, accurate hits, that close, 2 eyes open, can't beat that.
Yeah.
So with that, I'm giving that the number 1 for me. But not
All right.
considering that money's not an option.
Right.
Right.
So
So Paul, if you had to buy one today, like go on your phone, order it right now, take it home, or wherever.
wait, hold on. Is money a variable?
No. Your pocket money right now.
Oh, okay. So you have to buy this.
You have to buy this.
Well, I
right
can't buy
now.
anything. I'm broke.
You have to buy this right now. It's not Christmas though, so you know it's tax.
I just did all my Christmas
it's
shopping.
tax return season.
Yeah, it's actually
You know, so you know.
All right.
Are
So
we
for everybody.
are we concerned the fact that I already own half of these, or
Yeah.
if I have to buy one right now, like I
Right
said
now.
earlier, it's the ATACR. That's the next
ATACR?
scope I'm going to buy.
Okay.
Cool.
So, what about you, Danny?
Me, the primary.
Okay, Doug.
Yeah, if I had to buy one today, I would be very heavily leaning towards the primary.
Chris.
you ready for me?
Yeah, do it.
VCOG.
The VCOG.
That's
Nice.
actually what I wanted to say. I was thinking that. I was gonna say.
I'm going to go with
VCOG.
the VCOG
Yeah.
because I
You just want one.
I know it's
No?
just the nostalgia of
Yeah.
the global war on terror.
Yeah.
So that's
Well, that's
what
fair.
my next.
I wanted to say VCOG. I actually thought about that earlier, right?
Yeah.
Because of the double A's and everything.
At some point, they're
like,
going to stop making them, or they're going to come out with something else.
It's
So I'd
meant
like to get my
last,
hands on
but-
one before they stop making them, or move on. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's got I'm just going to say it. It's got a body count on it.
Yeah.
It works,
Yeah.
and that's that.
So,
Can't argue with that.
all right.
And lastly, of course, nothing would be possible without our group members. We started small, and we're trying to bring you some content and grow this group and bring you, content that you want. So, with that being said, thank you to the group members for sticking with us and being with us for the last year. We're coming up on a year
Yeah.
for MTS,
Yeah.
and hopefully, we can keep going. So with that being said, we appreciate all the support that you've shown us, and these videos are going to progress too. We're gonna get them right.
One of these days.
Keeping in mind that for a lot of us, this is the first time being on camera, first time doing these types of things. So
Dad's nervous as hell the first time.
yeah.
So I still am sometimes.
But
Next one.
we got a lot more coming. Stay tuned.
30 optics. Or you gonna do 30?
Keep an eye out for any events that we got coming up, any meetups. We're going to be dropping some really cool stuff in 2023. So just stick with us.
We're looking for our first MTS range day, right?
Yeah.
We're working on that potentially. Maybe some camping and having some fun.
Yep.
So we'll keep you guys posted.
Keep an eye out, guys. Thank you very much. And
Thanks,
that's
everybody.
all.